Hey guys, what's going on? On this episode, I'm going to show y'all how I took a piece of artwork, downloaded it and saved it as a PDF, pieced it together on my Silhouette Cameo, and then printed it out on my Canon Pixma printer, burned my screen, washed my screen out, and then come over here to my press and press it on there. So guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up notification. That way next time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep pressing. Okay, here I set up an account with Placeit. They have all these files and everything that you can download and make different t-shirt designs. So I took the Moon Man from Placeit, downloaded it, and put it on my computer and created an image that I then transferred to my Silhouette, and then from there I took it and designed it the way I wanted to and add some different elements to it. But you can do a lot of things through Placeit. You can check it out and try it out for yourself. After printing the design on my Canon, I took it and I burned it. Right now I'm using an LED light with VPR emulsion, and it takes me 15 seconds to burn the screen. So different times varies for different mesh screens and everything, so you'll want to try it out for yourself. I wanted to be quick, and I wanted to show you don't always have to have a booth to wash out your screens. Just a little bit amount of pressure is all it takes if you did it correctly. As you can see, the image is starting to come out. So once it comes out, you don't want to be sitting there with the water too much on your screens, because if you do, then you'll wash your screen out and blow it out. So that's all it takes, guys. VPR emulsion, 15 seconds on the LED light, and then that should work for your screens. But yeah, stay tuned once I get this finished washing it all out, and make sure I don't have any pinholes. You want to check for that, pinholes or anything else, and then you want to tape it off. Now you don't have to do this, but I wanted to harden the emulsion a little bit, so I took it outside and let the sun beat on it. That way it'll harden it up a little bit since it was running underwater. Now at this point, I'm ready to tape off my screens. I'm just using the blue painter's tape. I tend to like that the most. I do have that screen printer's tape from PMI, but I don't know, for some reason I quite don't like it. It doesn't stick very well, or I don't know, I just don't like it too much. So I like this blue painter's tape a lot better. It seems to work a lot better for me, and it's a little bit cheaper. I can get it cheaper too, so it works for me. But anyways, I'm just going to tape all the way around it. That way I don't get ink everywhere, and it's a lot easier for me to clean off. But it's your personal use, whatever you want to do for your screens, whatever works best for you. That's what, you should do for yourself. But different tapes work different for different people. Just like they say, different strokes for different people. So there you go. So this is pretty much simple. Got everything registered, taping off my registration marks. That way you see it. Don't forget to tape those off, because I've done it before where I forget to tape off my registration marks, and I put a shirt on and I press it, and next thing you know, I have the registration marks on the bottom and on the top. So that's, one of the key pointers is don't forget to tape off your registration marks. Any pinholes, you want to block those out or anything. So that way you're prepping your screen and getting it ready for whenever you're ready to press. Now the design, I could have gone a little different way on the design. I noticed that after I printed it and everything, I noticed that the face shield, it's got too much of an open space. I wish I would have closed it up a little bit more, but maybe at a later date I'll close it up a little bit more. But for right now, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to tape off my screen, and then we're going to get ready to we're going to be using some inks, some plasticine inks on this design, and stay tuned. There's a lot of reasons you want to go to the ISS shows. You can get samples like this FN ink. So while I was at the Long Beach ISS show, I was able to pick up a sample from Ryonet. So we're gonna try this on this design and see how it works pretty good. So right now I'm stirring it up pretty good. Making sure it's nice and creamy, and I'm able to press it real smooth. So we'll see how this turns out, and we'll stay tuned for that. So right now I'm using a small 13-inch squeegee for the design. I flooded my screen. Now I'm using a 130 mesh, so I really didn't need to flood the screen. I could have just pulled the ink up and then pushed forward, and it would have worked great for what I needed to, but we'll see how it turns out. Being that this is a 130 mesh, I really didn't need to put that much pressure, because on the mesh, the holes on it, they're opened up quite a bit, so ink flows through it pretty good. So I really didn't need to flood it like I did, or put that much pressure like I did, because if you do, you're gonna get a lot of ink deposit on your t-shirt, and you're gonna ruin it, or it's gonna come out of the lines. It's not gonna look as crisp as it does. But you live and learn, and you learn from your mistakes. That's all it is. This is just practice for me. I wanted to sit here and see if I could come up with a design, put it together. So this is my dance to the music, moonwalking man, dancing away. So I liked it. My daughter liked it. She loved the design. So I figured I'd make her a t-shirt that she likes music a lot. So I wanted to make it. So right now I'm using my heat gun. I do have a flash dryer, but I didn't want to take the hassle of hooking it up and everything. I don't quite have my garage set up, because you can see it in the background. So, but I do what I know best, and this is how I dried my garments, was using the heat gun and my radar gun. That way I can see what the temp is, and not overdo it on the heat gun and burn a hole in my shirt, because I've done that before. So that's the main thing you don't want to do, is you want to sit there and measure the temperature of your gun. Make sure you don't get it too hot to where you'll burn a hole through it. So I heated that up so I can do another pass. And like I said, I really don't think I needed to flood, because like I said, it's a 130 mesh and it comes out to real good. So you want to be careful and not put a lot of ink on your t-shirt, because then otherwise, like I said, you'll blow it out. So here again, I'm taking my heat gun. I'm heating it up to about 160, 175, and just as long as dry to the touch. And then from here, I'm gonna take it to my heat press, and I got that set up at 340, and then I'm gonna finish curing it that way with my heat press. So yeah, you can cure plastisol with a heat gun and a heat press and a temperature gun, and it can be done. I've done it before. This is how I'm doing it. I don't have a dryer. That's my next big purchase. Hopefully I can get me a little buddy or something similar. That way I know I can cure my shirts 100% accurately every time. But this has been working for me so far. I think I've got it down to a T now, to know when it's curing and when it's not. So, but this works for me right now. So yes, you can cure plastisol ink with a heat gun and a heat press and a temperature gun. So stay tuned for more. I'm just going to let it go. I've taken my t-shirt and I put it on my heat press now. I have a 15 by 15 Black Series from Heat Press Nation. I've set my temperature up to about 340. Put a piece of Teflon sheet, that way the ink doesn't get on the top of my a heat press there. I put it for about 40 seconds and I'm letting it, do its thing with a medium pressure. And then I take a temperature gun to it to make sure it gets up to about at least 320. That way my t-shirt is cured, or the plastisol is cured. So you want to be careful too. If you do it a lot, let it cool off before you go to press it again, because sometimes the plastisol ink, if you cake it up or you put too much, it'll tend to stick to your paper there. I lost train of thought. What do you call that? Oh, dang it. Your Teflon sheet. There we go. Golly, I just lost my mind. So yeah, if you cake it up too much and if you heat press it too much, right back to back to back, that ink will tend to stick to your Teflon sheet. So you want to be careful about doing that. So let it cool off a little bit and then hit it again. Okay guys, I got it up to 320. It is now curing. What you can also do is you can kind of stretch it out and see if it cracks. That's usually how I test it. But there's the design that I did. Dance to the music, man.